What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, do me a real quick favor. See the red subscribe button down below? Go ahead and push that and show your support for the channel. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. I'm glad you came to see me. So, it was a request. So I figured, hey, got to give them what they want. Some requests get answered a little bit quicker than others. This one in particular is getting answered a little bit quicker. So I did go ahead and grab my 7 favorite coffee fragrances in my collection. Yes, I do have more than 7, but I figured we'd try something a little different, maybe a little bit shorter video. I went with my 7 favorites. Some may shock you, some may not. Some I just don't have yet. I do love the coffee note. I love a strong coffee note, and I will be getting more coffee fragrances in the near future. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So this first one's not real easy to find. Not everybody's going to like it. It's a strong patchouli and a strong coffee. It's Bois and Pluie from Pascal Morabito. Big 200 ml bottle. If you can get lucky and find it at Marshall's, it's $10. Online, eBay, stuff like that, they're running at $50 to $100 range. About 4 or 5 hour fragrance, not a real strong performer, but pretty hefty projection in that first hour and a half-ish. And it's going to last you a really long time. And it's a very good coffee note. It really is. But like I said, the patchouli plays a hefty role in this one as well. So it's kind of in the same vein as Pure Coffee, Amen Pure Coffee, and the Amen DNA kind of, but a more synthetic, kind of cheaper version of it in a sense. But for $10, you get this big old giant bottle full of it. It's a good fragrance. If you can find it, it's a steal for $10. And next is one that the cranberry note really makes this one a little bit different. It's cranberry and coffee are the 2 strongest notes you're going to smell. I love it. It's very sweet. It's very youthful, very playful. Strong enough, cuts through the cold. But like I said, it's very youthful and playful for sure. It's from Ralph Lauren. It's Polo Red Intense. I love how this one smells. I really do. I need to give it some more wear. I have not been wearing it. It's made a few lists for me. And I love the way this one smells. Another one of those that favorite of mine that gets lost in the shuffle because I have so many. But this is a great one. Like I said, bit on the playful side. So those of you that are wearing a suit and tie every day, this might not be that fragrance for you, you know. Anybody can wear anything. I understand that. Not saying they can't, but very youthful and playful. Sweet coffee note for sure. I enjoy it. The next one that's very popular, the entire line, I don't know about Urban Feel because I haven't smelled that one, but the original, Casual Life, and then this one, Salvatore Ferragamo, Uomo Signature. They all have a prominent coffee note, but this is the best one of the line. The original smells like coffee cake in the opening, then it starts drying down to just some more sweeter tiramisu. The coffee kind of fades. Casual Life is a musky coffee, and then this one is coffee leather. Bubblegumish in the opening, then starts to fade after about 10-15 minutes. The coffee and the leather really start to come in, and this thing's beautiful. Undoubtedly, in my opinion, the best of the line from the Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo line, and that would be Signature. If you can find them in the rack stores, they're out right now. I want to say it's the $40 range for the 100 ml, $30 for the 50 ml, something like that. Well worth it. Get your hands on it. This is a great winter fragrance. Great coffee fragrance for sure. Perfect this time of year. Then next, kind of a darling last year, still very popular to this day. I keep seeing on Instagram people posting pictures of the bottles, their scent of the day. I got a big old bottle of it, and it's from Hugo Boss. It's Boss the Scent, Private Accord. Coffee, Manenka. Very strange combination, but boy, does it work. Very, very, very good coffee fragrance. Sample this one. Try it out. You may fall in love with it. One of my favorite coffee fragrances for sure. The coffee is very prominent in this one. And the Manenka, very prominent as well. And I do get a little bit of the leather. You get the scent DNA, but that twist is that coffee note in here. Coffee and the chocolate. And it's beautiful. It really is. They made it very gourmandish when they made Private Accord. Very good fragrance for you to try. Great if you like coffee. Then next, you can't have a coffee list without a fragrance that's got the word coffee in the title. It's been mentioned already. It's Mugler Amen Pure Coffee. It's Amen with coffee on the top. It's what it is, because the coffee does fade after a little while, and it's basically just Amen. Very, very good fragrance, though. So good. It's the more refined, less synthetic version of this. If you can't get this, this is a good cheap alternative. You get a big old bottle of it. But this is better. They're out at the rack stores, 40 bucks for 100 ml. Get them while you can get them. They've been discontinued for a while. I was very surprised when they started showing up at the rack stores. Smell it floating in the air. That first spray didn't want to come out. Boy, that second spray just went everywhere and all over me. But at least it smells great. One of my favorite coffee fragrances. But not my absolute favorite. That's why there's still 2 more to go. Next, I actually don't have a full bottle. This is a decant I got from Unique You. This is a powerhouse, but you have to like rose. Because after a while, after several hours, the coffee is going to start to fade and it's going to be a heavy rose dry down. It's Monstadt Intense Cafe. Not Ristretto Intense Cafe. I haven't smelled that one. I heard it's reversed. It's more coffee, less rose, whereas this is more rose, less coffee. But the coffee is prominent, it's warm, it's authentic, and it's loud for the first several hours with this one. I love this fragrance. Actually, my uncle came by a vehicle from me a few weeks back, maybe about a month ago, and I was wearing it that day. And he said, "Hey man, what you got on me? Spray it." So I sprayed it. I handed it to him and he sprayed it right here on his jacket. It's been weeks. He told me he can still smell it on his jacket. So beware, this thing is very, very powerful. And you can get the bottles for $80 range, I believe, $70, $80, $85 range. But like I said, you gotta like rose and coffee because that's pretty much what you're getting out of Monstadt Intense Cafe. It's a powerhouse, but it's a great coffee fragrance for sure. Put that right here. And my current favorite coffee fragrance in my collection. Now, E.J. Wells makes magic happen in his lab. He does. He makes some fantastic fragrances out of Happy Land Studios. And he's got more than one coffee fragrance. I have reviewed Queer Cafe. I don't currently own a bottle of it. I do have a bottle coming. But if I had to pick one of the 2 massive coffee fragrances he's got, it's got to be Homme for the holidays. This is such an authentic dark roast coffee. It's so good. As it starts to dry down, you start getting kind of the waffles and the like a syrupy waffle kind of vibe going to it. It's very, very gourmandish. Very gourmandish. But for the first, I would say 2.5, 3 hours, it's fresh pot of coffee, dark roast, Sumatra from Starbucks, It starts getting a lot more, even more gourmand and delectable in the deeper dry down. But that opening, it's all coffee, folks. And this is definitely going to make, the fitting's the title is very fitting for this one because Homme for the holidays, it fits the theme, but it's even funnier that he went with Homme, H-O-M-M-E for the holidays. Every time I bring this up in a video, I can't get over that label and the name. It's just priceless. That's the fragrance, the juice is amazing, but this label and name is the priceless part about this. So that's, whoa, look at me dropping fragrances. So that's my 7. Like I said, I have more than 7. I believe heavy coffee note, I have around 11 or 12 fragrances, but I wanted to mix it up. I didn't want to do 10. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. Figured we'd do a 7. No particular order, but kind of a particular order. But let me know, what's some of your favorite coffee fragrances down in the comments below. And speaking of, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate hearing all the feedback from you guys. Like I said, let me know what's some of your favorite coffee fragrances. Do you agree with a lot of these? Are some of these your favorites? Can you not stand some of these? I mean, hey, let me know below. But until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on some of these, especially Homme for the holidays, you give it a spray now, there's a good chance you'll thank me later. Have a great night, guys.